Well, since my pack system is a KUIU, I've been looking at ways on how to lighten my pack. And the only place I'm left with is really a new pack. And this pack system here, KUIU, is the system I've looked at. Now, they have two levels. Basically, they have a Pro kit and they have a light kit. Now, the Pro kit is a couple pounds heavier to where the light kit isn't. And basically, the difference is the Pro kit looks like it has a lot more pockets, a lot more zippers. Just basically a whole lot more that can fail. So with this particular kit, you need to choose your color, for example. And that's the color there I went with, which is called Valo. I was going to go with a green, but I'll show you why I didn't. And I went with the 5500 liter. Now, the KUIU I run is a 4500 liter, so this is a little bit bigger, which is good because I'm always pretty tight with my KUIU pack. So you select your suspension and your color, and then you select your frame and if whether or not you want hip belts. Now when you go this route, so this entire unit is $549, and it's pretty expensive for a pack. Now my KUIU pack was, I don't know, a bit more money than that, because with KUIU you end up adding all these pockets. And I think my KUIU pack, and this thing weighs 1 pound, and I always prefer packs with a back brace in them. And that's why I kind of gravitated toward this. I really don't like their camel. I really don't. So let's take a look at the Pro LT bag. And let me go down. So if I look at the Pro LT right here, this entire backpack with the frame and everything included is 4 pounds 3 ounces. Now that's without the little things on the side, so it's going to be a little bit heavier than that. And that's what it's going to be. Now this pack is an open bag, okay? It has a zipper down the side where you can access things. And it has two big elastic pouches on each side, which my water bottles will go into. They do use YKK number 10 zippers. So it looks like it's pretty well made. The material, which they're showing you here, is the corduroy fabric. This material is a lot lighter than what KUIU uses. So this is where they're taking off some of the weight, basically. But I ordered this. It'll take a week to get here. And I added the two side things to it. Now, two side pouches. When it was all said and done, I was into about $620. But you got to understand that I was also able to find a coupon code for $50. And if you're thinking about buying a KUIU and it's the first time, your first time customer, I'll put a link in the bottom where you can get $50 off too. And save yourself some money. But from what videos I've seen on this pack, and I wish there was more videos on it, with it going to, 4 pounds and a bit, compared to my KUIU backpack being 12 pounds, that's a pretty big weight saving, because you figure usually I'm running 30 pounds, where when I switch over to this pack system, I'm going to be, 20 pounds, 22 pounds? I mean, that's pretty amazing. Now, a couple of other things I really found impressive. Now, this frame here that weighs only a pound, that's made out of carbon fiber, this thing will carry up to 150 pounds. So you can carry 150 pounds of meat in your pack. And there's no human out there can do that. The few videos I have seen on this, let me close in on this. The few videos I have seen on this is that most people were carrying 80 to 90 pounds when they went on an elk hunt. And I was just like, wow, that's a lot of weight. is what they were carrying. But they were, you know, they were going in for a good 12 days, 10 days. So that's quite a bit of food. And that gets heavy pretty quick when you start going in that long. But it handled it no problem. So I was pretty impressed by that. So now if I come down and we look at their suspension system. Now these things here that go across your back and your shoulders, okay, these slide up and down by 4 inches. So you can get a lot of adjustability on how you're going to put this pack on. Now at the same time, this lumbar thing, this will go up and down too. And you can make it thicker or thinner. So there's a lot of adjustability here once you get the right size of your back. Now understand, the only thing you're going by here is this here when you buy from KUIU. So in other words, what is your back size? Because there's regular, tall, and extra tall is what there is. And mine's, my back size, I think it's an 18 is what it measured out to. And thus it made it a tall. Now, a good way to measure your back is you usually need 2 people. And you drop your neck down over your head, and then that bone that sticks up is where you start measuring from. If you put your arms on each side and you measure from your elbows across, you're going to find where that next place is you measure. And that'll give you pretty much what you need to know for your back. So, with only 4 pounds and a bit, carries 150 pounds. That's a pretty impressive pack. Now, you can go ultralight and get packs that are, you know, 1 pound, 2 pounds, but they don't have that back brace. And I really like the back brace. See, if you went with a bigger one like the 7000, it basically has the sides on it, so it expanded it out a bit. A couple more zippers is what it did. By shrinking that size, you take those sides off. Now, you can put something on the bottom, and you can strap things to the top. You can strap things to the back, is what you can do. Now, I also bought and I'll add them. I also bought this, which attaches to my bow, which is $39. And I also bought this, which is $39 that your bow sets into. So by the time I was all done and said, I was into $627. Now, of course, I had a $50 coupon, and that brought it down. But this attaches to the back or the side of the pack, and then your bow actually sets inside of it. So it makes it quite easy to carry your bow. But at the same time, what I thought was impressive with this thing is you can actually remove your bow without taking your pack off. So if you do come across an animal, then you're okay to go. And then I bought this, but I bought it in my color. And basically it just covers up the bow. And it's all made super light, is what it is. So the biggest key components here is this frame, which sits on your back, and this heavy-duty cushioning, which is apparently everybody says feels really good. I'm not going to know until it comes in later this week. But you can actually take the pack and separate it and move it forward to where the frame is sticking out, so you got a good foot behind it. And what happens is your beef or whatever you have, your venison, your elk, your moose, will sit in between the frame and the pack. They even sell some other thing for carrying. If you don't want to use the pack, it actually connects to it, and then it'll help you carry heavy loads. But it definitely is a more expensive type of pack. But it served and checked all my boxes. Like, it has the frame. It's a lot lighter. I mean, we're literally taking 7 to 8 pounds off my back right off the bat. That is a lot of weight. if this thing works out the way they're all bragging, and if it's as comfortable as they say it is, then I'm gonna be totally amazed. Because like I said, a lot of guys carry 80, 90 pounds on this pack when they go elk hunting. They have no problems. Where I'm probably gonna average no more than 30 pounds in total on this pack, is what it's gonna be. So I mean, just how comfortable that will be amazing. Now the only thing I don't like is I don't like their camos. I hate their camos. So I was originally going to go, like I said, with the green, but if I wanted that cover that goes over my bow, they changed it to a brown. And I was like, why isn't that the same color? And that's what they did. So I kind of went with this pattern, which is more like fall colors. And I thought, well, that'll probably blend in the most. They swear up and down that their camo, the way it's layered, if you notice how the light brown, the dark brown are on top of each other, you know, when you see that, and then you see the little round, the scales that kind of look like scales of a snake. This pattern, they put a lot of work into. I mean, they swear up and down. So depending on how close an animal gets to you or how far away an animal is, helps you blend in better. And it looks good in the videos, but we're not going to know until we pick it up. But my number one key thing for picking up this pack is weight, because it's 4 pounds and change compared to the pack I'm running now. And if it works and it's super comfortable and it takes off 7-8 pounds off my back all in one shot, then it was worth every penny. And that's all there is to it. And these aren't packs for the, you know, for people that cannot justify spending that much money. You're going to have to understand. I mean, there are packs out there you can spend $300-$400. You even got ultralight packs you can get for a couple $100. But I've always gravitated to a pack with a frame. I love having a frame. Anytime I wore a pack without a frame, it just didn't feel right. And that's always pushed me away. Even when they try to have internal frames, they haven't impressed me whatsoever. So it comes down to what feels good on you and what doesn't. Now, I don't want to spend $600 if I don't have to. I do have an ultralight pack I bought a long time ago, and I've tried wearing it a few times. Every time I put it on, you know, people say, well, you're not packing it right. Well, I don't care if I'm packing it right or not. I've tried it 4 or 5 times, and it sucks. And I'm not comfortable to it at all. When I have a frame on a pack, that frame sits up against my back, and now nothing presses into my back, and it fits comfortably. Maybe it's just me. But I want a very comfortable pack when I put it on, like a pair of shoes or a shirt. After all, I'm going to be wearing that thing a good 8 to 12 hours a day. So now if you're the person that's only going to go out once a year, or you're going to use it for, say, a bug out bag, then no, I wouldn't suggest you buy it. But if you're planning on, you know, using it a lot, or you're planning on hunting, and you have the money, then it's definitely the way to go. Now, I'm going to know more this week when it comes in. But when it comes in, we're going to put it through the trials. And I'll weigh my old pack with nothing in it, and I'll weigh this one. And we'll see the differences in weight. And I'll do a bit of comparisons with the KUIU pack that I have. And then we'll see, you know, is it better? Is it worse? We're going to have to see. I got 30 days to figure it out, and then I can mail it back if I don't like it. So we'll have to go from there. So if you haven't heard of KUIU, and it's not an affiliate link, it's just a direct link, check them out, and we'll see where this backpack takes me. I'll catch you guys on the next one.